Wake up. Wake up, dear. There you go. Wake up from that deep sleep of yours. It took you long enough. Do you feel fine? Does your head hurt? Maybe I put too many of those sleeping pills in your drink. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter anymore. Especially now that we're together. Just you and me. What? Ah. Where are you? Why are you tied to a chair? Why did I drug you? These are all great questions that will be answered in due time. But to understand the whole story, let's go back to the beginning, to the night it all happened, and the real reason why you are here right now. You know, it feels so unreal thinking about it. I mean, it's been so unreal these last couple months in general. But that night felt like it happened yesterday, you know? Did I ever actually go into detail on what happened besides the basics? No. Okay then. Well, it started when I was walking home from your place. Looking back, it was stupid of me to do. I should have just accepted your offer to drive me home, but you looked tired and I just didn't want to bother you too much. So there I went, all alone in the dark, walking along the cold sidewalk on a full moon. Anyways, about halfway there, I heard a growl. At first, I thought it was just a stray dog or raccoon, but as I turned towards it to see what it was, it's when I saw its big, glowing yellow eyes, and I knew it was more than just some dog. The werewolf was massive, had a look of frenzied anger on its face. I don't know why, but it just made me freeze in horror. I just couldn't move. I was plagued with fear. Well, I mean, to be fair, what could I have done? Run? Let me tell you, wolves are shockingly fast. I couldn't fight either. Like I said, it was massive, so no matter what I did, I was screwed in the end. Before I even knew it, the wolf jumped on me and locked its jaws on my neck. It hurt. It hurt so much. With its sharp teeth digging into my flesh, it shook its head like a dog would when grabbing a piece of meat. It gets a little blurry after that, but from what I remember, after a bit of biting me, the werewolf just let me go and left me bleeding on the side of the road, ran off. Not exactly the best way to end your Tuesday night. Wouldn't you agree? Ugh. Well, eventually someone found me passed out, covered in dry blood laying on the concrete, and next thing I know, I woke up in the hospital with a very sore neck. I was alive at least, tired and hurt, but alive. That gave me some hope at least. That is, until the doctor walked in and told me that I was infected from the attack. You know, it can mess with you mentally, being told, hey, you know how you just survived being attacked by a rabid monster? Well, now you're gonna become that same monster every month, and there's nothing we can do about it. After telling me that, he just walked out. Soon they let my family and friends, including you, to come visit me. It was nice, but I felt something off from them. Saw a look in their eyes, a scared one. None of them got too near me, like I was going to infect them too. I heard a cautious tone in everyone's voices. Well, except for you. You ran right up to me and gave me a big hug while asking me how I was. You acted just like how you acted before. Like my friend. Anyways, after a couple days of being in the hospital, in which you were the only person to visit and check up on me, after the initial meeting, of course, I was finally discharged. I thought life could only get better after that. And, well, yes, I was different from before, but I thought I could get past this and live my life like before, and in some ways I was able to. But for the most part, it didn't pan out the way I wanted it to. I had to get all of my government documents renewed, saying that I was a werewolf now. They informed everyone at the college, which made folks avoid me. People avoided me in classes, wouldn't partner with me for projects. I was alone during meals, in a full cafeteria. Even my old friend group started to avoid me. Well, except for you. You acted like nothing ever happened to me, which was nice. It was good to have someone stick by my side through all this. It also made me angry to think that out of all the people I knew, only one of them was willing to treat me with any respect after the accident. The rest of them could only cower away in fear. Not even my parents would support me as well as you did. All they did was argue about me. They acted like I was a monster. I mean, yeah, I'm a werewolf now, but I'm still me. Same old me from before the accident. But that doesn't mean anything to people. It just got worse the more I churned. At first, it was my nails. They got sharper and turned into claws. Something of a pain to deal with. I mean, they still are, but I'm getting used to them now. Next were my eyes. They began to turn yellow. At first, it was barely noticeable, but after a while, they were practically glowing, even in broad daylight. Why do you think I started wearing glasses whenever we went out in public? Next, my senses intensified. As the days went by, I started to notice things I never thought about. Sounds, smells, tastes, little things regular people don't see. I think the biggest thing, though, are my teeth. As you can see, they've gotten pretty long and sharp. You know, if I wanted to, I could just bite into you pretty deep with no effort on my part. And I'm not even changed into a werewolf yet. But we'll get back to that later. What do I mean by all this? Well, do you think I'm just telling you my sob story just because? No, the reason I'm going over all of this is because you were the only person who stuck by me during this time. The only person who cared for me. The only person who would risk their reputation to be by my side. What does all that have to do with me kidnapping you? Oh, you really are clueless. I do love that about you, even though it can be infuriating. Well, the truth is, I always had a crush on you. Even before I became a werewolf, I was madly in love with you. I was just too shy to confess it. You were always so kind and compassionate to me, and you always stuck by my side. I thought you were too good for me. I guess I was just scared to confess my feelings for you. But ever since I turned, these feelings only got stronger every time I saw you. I felt a connection I couldn't fully understand. It was like every time I saw you, I felt at ease and happy to be by your side. It wasn't until my first time shifting into a werewolf that I finally understood everything going on inside my mind. That night, it was like a live wire was lit inside my mind. At first, I felt normal. However, all of a sudden, as the moon rose, I felt strange. Like a burst of energy engulfed the inside of my body, and soon I started shifting. I don't remember much about it after that, given it was my first time. All I know is that it was painful, strange. I woke up in a field the next day, tired, sore, but alive and surprisingly calm about everything. I don't know how, but I felt like something clicked in my mind. Everything I was feeling finally made sense. All the raw emotions I was feeling finally spelt out and were free. It was like I had a new perspective on everything. The whole world was different now. Well, before I could think about it too much, I walked home, and that's where we met again. I remember you were sitting on my porch looking distressed, hoping I was okay. When you saw me, what was the first thing you did? You ran up to me and hugged me before asking me if I was all right and if I needed anything. You weren't scared or put off from the fact that only a couple hours earlier I was a bloodthirsty monster. You were just glad I was okay. I remember I was trying not to cry. Here you were again, sticking by my side, helping me when it didn't benefit you in any way. And while you were hugging me, all I could think about was you were doing things beyond what a friend should be doing. Until that point, I didn't know why you cared about me so much. But in that moment, I realized why. I knew why you went above and beyond for me. In that moment, I knew that you are my mate. What's with that look on your face, my dear? I spill my guts out to you and confess my feelings, and you repay me with fear? Is it that crazy that I want us to be together? So insane that I want to repay you back for the love that you have given me? Well, maybe you think that kidnapping you is a little extreme, but I had no other choice. Why? Well, let me ask you, would you let me churn you willingly? No, well, there is your answer. Why do I want to churn you? Well, even if you were to say yes to dating me, I know you could never fully understand me even if you tried, and what with these changes, I don't think I could ever fully understand you either anymore. There was just a feeling that I needed you by my side, that I need to make you mine. I just can't even accept that you could be anything less than mine. I also wanted you to feel everything that I've felt, both the good and the bad. So, I hatched a plan to make you mine. It wasn't all that hard either. All I had to do was invite you over to my place and slip those drugs into your drink, and before you knew it, you were fast asleep on my couch. Looking back, the hardest part was actually dragging you to my car and into this abandoned building without looking suspicious. Then I tied you to this chair and just had to wait for you to wake up, and, well, you know the rest, don't you, my beloved mate? Why would you say that? I'm not crazy. How dare you say that to your mate? After everything I've ever done for you, just for you to have the audacity to say that to me. Shut up! Shut up! Stop saying those things. You do want to be my mate, you just don't know it yet. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. But it was your fault for saying such things to your lover. To the person that you're gonna spend the rest of your life with. So please, just accept your fate Embrace me as your mate, just like I have for you. Well, even if you can't do it right now, it doesn't matter. Any minute now, the moon should raise, and all of this will be worth it. Oh, come, dear, don't cry like that. I promise it won't hurt much. I just have to bite you just enough to make sure you'll churn. Well, I'll try at least. I'm still getting the hang of this whole transforming thing. Just think of it as a temporary pain that will happen right now. But think of the endless bliss that will come after you churn. Speaking of transforming, I can feel the moon rising. Can you feel it? Ah, not yet, but soon. Soon you will understand. I just can't wait for you to feel the moonlight bright, shining upon your skin. I can't wait for a lot of things to share with you, my love. I've waited so long for this, and finally seeing it happen brings tears to my eyes. Not ones of sadness like yours right now, but ones of joy. You may not think it now, but just know this has to be done. Please don't cry, my love, because that also makes me sad. And I want this moment to be nice and sweet, because I love you so, so much. And like I said before, you do want this, you just don't know it yet. But soon you will.